My dear students, this is Kiran Kumar Vilmula, Assistant Professor of Physics, Sri Rajarajeshwara Degree College, Karimnagar. In the previous class, we discussed about the zeroth law of thermodynamics, first law of thermodynamics, similarly Carnot cycle, Carnot engine, the efficiency of Carnot engine. As we discussed in the previous class, zeroth law represents when any two thermal bodies are thermal equilibrium with the third body individually, then those two bodies are in thermal equilibrium with each other. This represents the zeroth law of thermodynamics. Similarly, the first law, dq is equals to du plus dw. This is the mathematical form of first law. In the first law, the total heat energy which is converting into mechanical energy is equals to the sum of internal energy as well as the work done. That means the relation gives the relation between heat energy and mechanical work in the first law. That is one equation. Next, Q is equals to JW or W is equal to JQ. This is the equation for that. Similarly, in this we are discussing about the second law of thermodynamics because the first law is failed to explain why the mechanical and the chemical changes are occurring in the thermodynamical process. That is the first defect, and why the thermodynamical loss or thermodynamical variations occurring in a single direction can't explained by the first law of thermodynamics. Therefore, the second law of thermodynamics is introduced. The second law of thermodynamics can be explained in different ways by different scientists. One is known as Kelvin-Planck statement. So Kelvin is one scientist here, Planck is one scientist here. According to the assumption of both the scientists, the second law was stated as it is impossible to construct a cyclic operating device which that it produces no other effective than the absorption of the energy as heat from a single thermal reservoir or perform an equivalent amount of work. That means it is impossible to construct a machine other than the heat engine. Heat engine is nothing but Carnot engine. It is an ideal engine already as we discussed in the previous. But in that, we are not getting 100% efficiency, we are getting the efficiency of that ideal engine is less than 100% or less than 1. So, the same thing is explained by Clausius. So, according to Clausius' statement, it is impossible to construct a device that working cyclically will produce no other effect than the transfer of energy in the form of heat from low temperature to high temperature of the body. As we know already, the heat energy is a one form. The heat energy is transporting from one place to other place. Generally, it is transporting from lower, higher temperature place to lower temperature till the equilibrium takes place. But here, it is impossible to construct a device that works cyclically will produce no other effect than the transfer of energy in the form of heat from low temperature to high temperature. The body is not possible. So this is the converse of our statement. So this is the Second law, thermodynamics, the derivation of thermodynamic scale of temperature. So they have already discussed, we defined as the temperature is the degree of coldness or hotness of the body that represents the measurement of the quantity of heat energy. So thermodynamic scale of temperature can be explained on the efficiency of the Carnot engine. So we are deriving the mathematical expression for it from the Carnot engine cycle. So here, according to the mathematical equations of Carnot efficiency, the efficiency of the Carnot engine is given as 1 minus Q2 by Q1 or Q1 minus Q2 by Q1 in terms of heat energy, or simply it can be written as W by Q1. Already in the previous derivation we explained it. Similarly, this is the form of efficiency equation in the terms of heat energy. The same thing can be explained on the basis of temperature, absolute temperature terms also. In that case, the efficiency of the heat engine is given as 1 minus T2 by T1 or T1 minus T2 by T1. Here, T1 is greater than T1 minus T2 or θ1 minus T2 if we can express in terms of theta. So here, in order to derive the thermodynamic scale of temperature, we are assuming a Carnot engine. So in this, we are assuming T1 and T2 are the temperatures. High temperature is T1 and low temperature is T3 in the third case. So this is the Carnot engine. It consists of two phases. One, the initial temperature is T1 and next temperature is T2 and next temperature is T3. The temperature variation is taking from T1 to T3. The process is going on two phases here. Q1 and Q2 are the temperatures, and Q1, Q2, Q3 are the different heat energies between the temperatures T1, T2 and T3. By assuming the neta is the function of temperature and heat energy, we are deriving the equation for the purpose. Initially, we are assuming Carnot cycle here. So, in this Carnot cycle, there are no limitation to an ideal gas and hold by Carnot cycle with any medium. Either we derive the Carnot efficiency with an ideal gas is a medium and temperature definition used in the ideal gas equation is not essential to thermodynamic arguments. More especially, we can define thermodynamic temperature scale that is independent of working medium. So let us consider the high temperature is T1 and low temperature heat is T3. For any two temperatures T1 and T2 are ratios of the magnitude of heat observed and rejected. Carnot cycle can be same value for this system. Now we are assuming the thermodynamical system to this one. So here, according to the mathematical equation of efficiency, N is equals to, or here neta is equals to 1 plus QL by QH is equals to, it is the function of, and we are assuming 1 plus QL by QH as the function of the temperatures of TL and TH. Similarly, that can be written as Q1 by Q2 is equals to function of T1 comma T2. Similarly, when the stage is changed, that means the process is going on between Q1 and Q2 temperatures, then the ratio of Q2 by expressed in terms of T2 comma T3. Now Q1 by Q3. So suppose let us consider this equation B1, this equation B2. If you multiply these two equations, Q1 by Q2 into Q2 by Q3, we are getting the value of Q1 by Q3, because here in this equation Q2 cancels out. The remaining value is Q1 by Q3. Therefore, we are assuming f of T2 comma T3 is the function of f of T2 into T3. So similarly, QH by QL is equals to TH by TL. So we are applying the conditions 1 minus Q1 by Q2 by Q1, that is nothing but 1 minus QH by QL is equals to 1 minus TH by TL. 1 gets cancelled, minus gets cancelled. In this case also we are getting the same thing. Similarly, this is the mathematical derivation of the thermodynamic scale of temperature. Now we are discussing about entropy. Before discussing this one, the zeroth law of thermodynamics can explain the introduction of temperature, the quantity of temperature and its units. Similarly, if we take the first law of thermodynamics, the first law of thermodynamics gives the internal energy. That means how the internal energy is varying when Q is converting into mechanical work. The internal energy may be positive, the internal energy may be negative. That means when the Q energy is supplied to the system, if there is a decrement in the internal energy, that can be said to be negative internal energy. That can be represented as minus delta U if there is a large change or large decrement. It represents du if a small decrement occurs in it. Similarly, if the internal energy is increased when the heat energy is supplied by changing energy into mechanical work, then that internal energy is said to be positive. Positive means it is always in increasing. So therefore, it is giving the either increment or a decrement in internal energy when the given heat energy is converting into mechanical energy. So what is the meaning of this one? Zeroth law represents the temperature, and the first law of thermodynamics represents and it explains the internal energy. Similarly, already we discussed the second law of thermodynamics. What is the use of the second law of thermodynamics? The second law of thermodynamics explains the entropy. Entropy is the physical quantity of the thermodynamical process, like pressure, volume, temperature, and enthalpy. Similarly, it is also one physical quantity. So, what is the meaning of entropy? Actually, N represents energy and tropy represents transformation or change in energy. So in Greek language, entropy means energy transformation or change in energy. That is the inner meaning of entropy. But that has no particular definition, but it has a particular mathematical form that can be defined. So on the basis of that mathematical equation, the entropy is defined as the ratio of observed or liberated heat energy to the absolute temperature. And this is represented by S. Mathematically, that entropy quantity is given as S is equals to Q by T. In this mathematical expression, S is entropy, Q in the numerator represents either observed or liberated heat energy in the thermal process, and capital T is the absolute temperature. The ratio of heat energy and temperature is always constant. So in order to explain it, we are assuming two adiabatical systems 1 and 2. Let us consider the entropy of the first thermodynamical system is S1 and the entropy of the second thermodynamical system is S2. Then the equation of the entropy is given as, in that particular thermodynamical combination system, is given as S2 minus S1 is equal to Q by T is equals to constant. S2 minus S1 is nothing but maximum entropy minus the minimum entropy. Therefore, it represents change in entropy. So the change in entropy is always is equals to Q by T is equals to constant. If we want to calculate the total entropy, instead of small change in the entropy of ds, we have to integrate that ds equation on both sides in the limits of state 1 and state 2. That's why we are taking the entropy equation for the first state and second state of the thermodynamical system is given as S is equals to integral of 1 to 2 ds is equals to S2 minus S1. Here ds is dq by capital T because T is constant, because this is an isothermal process. In the isothermal process, the heat energy is changing. That heat energy is nothing but Q1 to Q2 from the first level to the second level. Then the total mathematical equation for entropy is given as S is equals to integral of 1 to 2 ds is equals to S2 minus S1 is equals to integral of 1 to 2 dq by dt. By solving it, we are getting the value that is constant finally. But what are the units of this entropy? Here we are saying it as a constant, but this constant has a unit because the physical quantity in the numerator is different quantity compared to the physical quantity in the denominator. The units of heat energy is joule. The units of temperature is Kelvin. So the unit of entropy is joule by Kelvin or joule per Kelvin. This is the unit of entropy. So in the next coming classes we are discussing about entropy is universe. Entropy is constant in the ideal gas. The entropy is varying or variable in the other gases. So we have to discuss various mathematical derivations for different cases, how the entropy is changing in different process. We shall discuss in the next class. Thank you.